This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, this man has been teaching music in the Hazleton area for 40 years. Here's some of his stories next on FYI. Hello and welcome to FYI News 13, and thanks for watching on SSPTV or SSPTV.com. I'm Ken Kara, and here's your headlines from FYI News and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. Tomorrow will be a special day for the Eckley Miners Village. That's when the Pennsylvania Historical and Museum Commission will award the local historical site with an official historic marker. There are more than 2,000 of the blue historical signs throughout the state. The special marker will read, quote, Eckley Miners Village, founded in 1854 as Fillmore. It was renamed for noted mining engineer Eckley Cox. It was built to house anthracite coal miners and their families, many European immigrants. Coal patch towns like Eckley were common in Northeast PA in the late 1800s and early 1900s. Colliery operations declined by the 1950s, but the site was restored for the 1970 film The Molly Maguires. Subsequently, it was converted to a state historic site operated by PHMC. The public is invited to the dedication tomorrow at 2 p.m. at the Eckley Museum. Businesses in downtown Hazleton will get a say on security. The Downtown Hazleton Alliance for Progress has teamed up with the Keystone Job Corps Center in Drums to develop a security survey. DHAP, along with the security instructor and students from Keystone, developed the survey, which is being sent to all businesses in the downtown. Businesses can also opt to have their buildings inspected to see if any security improvements can be made. Meanwhile, last Friday, which was marked First Friday in downtown, also marked the debut of a new initiative. Security students from Keystone, along with Act 120 municipal police officer trainees from Lackawanna College on Broad Street, earned some field experience by patrolling the First Friday events. The students are not considered security, but rather ambassadors. Lord, hear our cry is the theme of the 64th National Day of Prayer. The Day of Prayer was created by a joint resolution of Congress back in 1952 and signed by President Harry S. Truman. We talked with a man who dedicates his life to prayer, Carl Joseph, who is more commonly known as What's Your Name?
Well, this is the National Day of Prayer, and all over this nation, we're praying. At least we can agree that, you know, we need prayer. And even if you're different religions, different race, we all need that blessing from God that we'll be united, like Jesus said. I was at the National Day of Prayer in Washington, D.C., and all of these different religious leaders were there gathered, and they gave their blessing. And then we asked God's blessing. And immediately a rainbow appeared right over the Congress building. Well, that was a definite sign from God that He does bless us, bless our country, and especially if we turn to Him in prayer, bless each and every one of us, help us.
On today, do you think it's important that we recognize this? Especially, we see division among peoples, among religions, among countries. What do you think it can do to help us be more unified?
The Holy Spirit, and we're preparing for Pentecost, the coming of the Holy Spirit, which happened after Jesus' resurrection, accomplished a miracle 2,000 years ago. A unity and a love amongst the people. That's the secret. A spirit of genuine love of God and love of others will unite us.
Special prayer events are being held across the country to mark today's National Day of Prayer. He has shared his gift of music with thousands of people over the course of his career. Danny DeMelfi is synonymous with music and excellence. FYI's Lisa Sugart had the chance to talk with him about his life and his music and its impact on the entire area.
Well, there are not many businesses or people who can say they've been in business for 40 years. But right now, I'm pleased to be joined by one of Hazleton's most popular people in the area, known for his musical abilities and the musical ability that he shares with others. Danny DeMelfi, celebrating 40 years teaching students about music. Danny, first of all, congratulations. It's a pleasure to have you here, and I know so many people respect you for what you've done for their families or for themselves and continue to do.
Thank you very much, Lisa. It's been a pleasure, and the one word that I can put out to everybody in the area is my thanks. Gratitude for the support that everyone in the Hazleton area has shown me, and we hope we're doing a good job, and we do our best. We have a great staff up at the Melfi School of Music. Personally, I've made a lot of friendships over the years, a lot of great families that I've been involved with, and that I have lifelong friends as a result. So to me, it's not just about the music. You know, I always say that if I taught history, if I taught science, it will be the same thing. I'm developing the person. It just happens to be that I'm using music as that vehicle.
Well, you've been teaching for 40 years. You told me that the DeMelfi School of Music opened in 1991. And prior to that, we kind of have a little connection here because you started with the guy who signs my paychecks.
Yeah, there was Johnny Murato and some other guy, Sam Lassant. Yeah, they had a music store on Wyoming Street way back when, and I started teaching. I had a couple students. I was going to homes, and Sam had said to me, "You want to do some teaching for us?" And then it just snowballed from there. And when Murato and Lassant closed in 1991, then I went off and formed the DeMelfi School of Music, and it's been a great way to make a living. When you can make a living doing what you love, that's success to me.
Absolutely. We feel that way working here as well. Also, we were talking before we came on camera here about how technology has changed your job over the years. So talk about how it's different from when you started 40 years ago to now.
Well, it's kind of like I'm analog and digital at the same time. In that respect, it has changed, and I think it's changed for the better.
And how has your studio changed? Because I'm sure it originally started with you and a person in one room, and now you have so much more.
Right. We have 6 studios up there at the DeMelfi School of Music. We have 8 instructors. We have a recording studio. We have math tutor. Ken Monk's math tutoring service operates out of our building. It's that whole Mozart effect, music and math kind of being related. And that's been very successful for them. And it's very busy, and some nights you can't get a seat in the waiting room, and I'm so thankful for that. I'll buy more chairs, I don't care, but we like the people that keep coming. As I said, I've been doing it for 40 years. Somebody said to me, "What did you do to celebrate your 40th year in business?" I said, "I started my second 40 years. Aww. So I guess that's what you do, so you do it, and it's another day at the office for me, but it's a pleasure.
Well, I know you've had many students over the years. My 3 children included at some point were there at the DeMelfi School of Music.
Sammy and Janine, when they were little kids, maybe 8 years old, 9 years old, they were organ students of mine.
Well, we'll have to make a shameless plug before you leave. If anybody is looking for musical instructions in the area, I can highly recommend this man and the talents that he has with everybody else in his studio. Where do they call if they want lessons? Call
570-455-2728. Or you could go to our website, DeMelfiSchoolofMusic.com. There is a form on there you fill out, and we get an email notification. You can contact us on Facebook. Just about any way, we'll certainly get back to you. We are also affiliated with the Tamaqua Community Arts Center. We have a lot of people from down there we do lessons down there. I also am a music instructor at MMI. And I do a lot of playing in church, and I play at the Most Precious Blood Church. And I said, when you get older and closer to death, instead of playing in bars, you'll play in church. So I have a very musical life, and I'm thankful to everyone in the area, and I can't express any more gratitude.
Well, we're thankful to have your talent and to make it so musical around here. And let's make a date right now. 40 years from now, we'll be back here, both of us, to talk about your second 40 years.
Okay, you got it. You'll have to turn the sound up a little bit, though.
Okay. Danny DeMelfi, the one and only, congratulations on 40 years.
I was really listening to that, and I believe the kid on the piano was playing Let It Go from Frozen. All right, thank you, Lisa, and congratulations, Danny. Coming up next, Lisa Sugared is back, and she has an interview with an interesting local group that helps those in need. And later in sports, we talk with the Marion Colt baseball team after their win against Shenandoah Valley.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
So Hazleton Power just got done with Art at the Markle. Fantastic event. I tried a German beer I never had before, looked at art, tried to talk my wife into buying some expensive art. It was a great time, huge event. On the Facebook page, you guys said, hey, we're going to take it easy for a little bit. Here we are a few days later, getting ready to launch Power 2.0. And we have Jocelyn with us, who is the Executive Director of Power, and also Annie, who is the Associate Director of Power. And Jocelyn, we're going to start with you. What exactly is Power 2.0?
Power 2.0 is a youth leadership and community involvement program. So it's basically volunteering. It's giving the youth of our community an opportunity to get involved with any type of volunteering and or internships or apprenticeships that they might be interested in getting involved in.
And important for them, because I know kids need volunteer hours sometimes. And also, anytime you hear Joe Madden talk about revitalizing Hazleton, he always says it starts with the kids. You start with the kids, get them doing things, and it'll eventually go up to the adults. So Annie, why was this so important for Power, and where do you see it going, really?
Well, to me, it's very important, just my involvement with Power and with other organizations in the community, to have an outlet for young people to connect maybe to groups that they would never have previously seen as kind of an outlet. It's a good exposure for them, and it's a reciprocal effect because the people in the community are then benefiting from it too. So I think it's a great way to kind of, if you will, energize the troops and get the younger generation maybe away from their smartphones for a few minutes and actually out in the community doing some positive things and feeling good about themselves and feeling proud about their hometown.
Actually just checking to see if my phone was off, so thank you for the reminder, Andy. And Jocelyn was cool. A few weeks ago, we did the cleanup with Power, and there was Brooke Cole, who we interviewed here on FYI, well-spoken, and she was super excited about being a part of this. And you said she was the youngest member of Power at that time. At that time, I just was like, okay.
Yeah, so she was kind of the draw to really start talking about launching 2.0 a little bit more than we had in the past, seeing somebody at her age in middle school to want to get involved and want to do the volunteering. And then we had this last minute opportunity. Something just kind of fell into our laps, and we just took it and went with it and said, we're going to launch 2.0 this week.
And here we are. It is launched. Now, if anyone's interested in Power, and if you want to talk about some upcoming events, and if people are interested, how do they get involved?
Sure. We have a variety of events that go on all the time. We have an upcoming mixer June 3rd. We have a graffiti paint out that's open to anyone in the community as well, and that will be June 14th. We encourage people to come out. It's a great family day. Get to paint everything out. There's food and water, and we have a good time with it. But they can always check us out on Facebook. Or Hazleton Power on Facebook. Just search that, or they can email us info@hazletonpower.com.
Perfect. All right, so no rest for Hazleton Power, and I guess when your organization is called Power, you kind of have to expect that. But guys, great work, and we look forward to see what's coming in the coming days for Power.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
Bright and beautiful. Those are the words I'm going to use to describe today. It even looked like our weather opened. That's how nice it was today. I'll probably use those words to describe tomorrow and maybe even the next day as well. Looks pretty bright and beautiful. Here's our local weather forecast from the National Weather Service. Tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 59. South wind around 5 miles per hour, becoming calm in the evening. On the extended forecast, Friday, mostly sunny, bright and beautiful with a high near 80 degrees. Friday night, partly cloudy with a low around 58. All right, Saturday, maybe less bright and beautiful. There is a possibility, 20% chance, isolated showers with thunderstorms, but again, mostly sunny for the day with a high near 77. Saturday night, mostly cloudy. Our low will be 62 degrees. Sunday, 40% chance, scattered thunderstorms. Also possible, that'll be around noon. Partly sunny day, high of 78. Sunday night, mostly cloudy with a low of 63. Monday, 40% chance of showers and thunderstorms. Our high will be 79. Monday night, another 40% chance of showers, mostly cloudy with a low around 63 degrees.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Valley High, the area's oldest ice cream and fast food restaurant. Stop on in for a cold treat including our ice cream and yogurt, or some hot food including our burgers, hot dogs, fries, and much more. That's Valley High, Route 93 in West Hazleton. Treat yourself today.
A little while ago, we introduced you to a wonderful organization called Bountiful Blessings, serving both Ashland and Mahanoy City. It is newer in Mahanoy City, and the Ashland location is now celebrating 1 year already. Terry Arendi is the founder and president of Bountiful Blessings. Terry, thanks for being here again. How are things going?
Things are going great. We are thrilled with the progress, the outreach to the community, and the community giving back. It's been a wonderful ride for the last year.
For anyone who isn't familiar with Bountiful Blessings, tell them exactly what it's all about and how it helps people in need.
We provide non-food items, your toiletries, personal hygiene, cleaning products to struggling families. They in turn volunteer back time in the church and in the program as a thank you for the items they receive.
And what are the qualifications for someone to take advantage of this program?
We have no qualifications. You can come no matter what your income is. Geographically, it doesn't matter where you live. You can come and receive. Our only requirement is the volunteer time.
That's very unique in that you're giving back to the community. And tell us a little bit about that. Someone may think, well, I need their help, but maybe I'm not able to give back. There are so many ways they can volunteer to give back.
Oh, absolutely. We have people volunteering through writing letters for the local prisons. We have them making homeless mats, and then they distribute them to the local homeless shelters for distribution. They can be greeters at the door. They help make the coffee in the morning. They become a little family that really embraces each other. They help to support each other. We have people that are translators, prayer warriors. You can do anything. So the excuse or reason of I'm on disability or I'm blind or I can't walk, I have crutches, is out the window because we really do cater to sedentary type lifestyles.
Well, that's really good to know. And tell us a little bit about the numbers on how many people are in need, and is that number growing?
Oh, it is growing. Last year, over at the Ashland site, they served 128 different families between April and December. This year, in the first quarter alone, they've already served 56 families.
And lastly, your location for both locations, the address for both Ashland and Mahanoy City.
The address for the one in Ashland is 901 North 9th Street, and the one in Mahanoy City is Zion Baptist Church, and they are on 4th Street.
All right. And if anyone would like to find out more or you need more information, either way, to donate or to take advantage of the wonderful services, you can call Terry. The number for the office is 717-802-1222. Congratulations on the great work you're doing, and we hope that it just continues to grow and be successful.
Thank you so much.
Thank you once again, Lisa. Lots of green on your screen right now, and hopefully you put some green in your pocket. Here's your midday winning Pennsylvania lottery numbers. Pick 2, 91, pick 3, 243, pick 4, 2636, and pick 5, 55458. Marion baseball highlights after this break. And a reminder that you're winning Pennsylvania lottery numbers before we go to break. Brought to you by Boyer Insurance Agency with 2 locations to serve you. One is on Sugarloaf Avenue in Cunningham, and the other location is in Nescopec on Broad Street. You can call them in Cunningham at 570-788-3543 and in Nescopec at 570-752-7683.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
The Marion Colt baseball team is bashing their way to the Schuylkill League playoffs next week. Last night they went to Shenandoah Valley and took home a 12-1 win. They have one more game left before the playoffs next week.
On a rainy day, the Marion defense was just like a sponge, sucking up the ball and making plays. And even when the defense didn't look that absorbent, they still got the job done.
It was difficult. The rain made the field a little iffy, but the ball stayed down. I was able to make some plays.
You're doing a good job now sticking with that, even sticking with play, but you recover pretty well.
Try to keep my eye on the ball and try to find that after I bobble it and try to make up for it.
Joe Nahas says he mostly plays second base the day after he pitches, and the pitcher on this day, Teague Schmidt, had to be happy to see him back there. Schmidt worked out of some jams but pitched all 5 innings, giving up only 1 run to earn the win.
The ball was always wet, and I'm mostly a junk pitcher, so it was hard to get the grip on the ball, but I overcame that, and my field did great behind me, so it was nice.
You got some good defense. Has that been something that's worked for you guys this year? Is it something you really worked on?
Yeah, it's something that we worked a lot on in the off season because we knew that if we wanted to do good this year, we had to not only hit the ball, but we had to field really well. So it was something that we worked on, and it's paying off right now.
Offensively, the Colts had no problem scoring runs. They played some small ball and showed their power with hits like this 3-run home run by Aaron D'Angelo.
First pitch, it was high in the zone. I thought just step with it, and I took it, and it just kept carrying. I got a good barrel on it, and it just flew.
It's likely that the Schuylkill League Division III champion Marion will play Division I champion Pottsville in the league playoffs next week. D'Angelo is pumped up for that since he calls Pottsville home. Marion's head coach Tony Rudoka has to be pumped up because his team's offense and defense are both clicking right now.
Defense is something we've been preaching. We're moving some kids around. We need to limit the errors, know what we're doing. We need to constantly talk and communicate and keep our feet moving and to make plays, and we were able to do that today. Our approaches at the plate today, that's how we're successful. Work counts. Take what they give us. Put the ball in play, use our legs, use our speed, which we do have. Be smart on the bases, basically put a lot of pressure on your opposition, and that's how we're going to win games.
Moving to our FYI Standard Speaker Scoreboard, brought to you by Sand Springs Country Club Golf Course. This Sunday, check out their Mother's Day special. All moms golf for free, 18 holes with cart. Call to set up a tee time, 570-788-5845, extension 1. Here is the scoreboard. The Hazleton area baseball team, they got a shutout against Pittston, so the Cougars are now 11-1 in the Wyoming Valley Conference. Their only loss coming to Wyoming Valley West. Earlier this week, I said they would meet up with Valley West on Friday, but that showdown is set for Tuesday. Hazleton plays a non-league game at Easton on Friday. Hey, Marion, they're back. That's a non-league win from earlier this week over Crestwood. North Schuylkill, they beat Jim Thorpe. Hazleton area still holds an edge over Berwick and Wyoming Valley 1 Division 1 standings for softball. They got a win over Valley West. Tamaqua, they beat Pine Grove and are tied with Pottsville on top of Schuylkill League's Division 1 standings, so they will play on Friday to determine the division champion. Marion and North Schuylkill, they rained down some runs on Wednesday in softball. At the Schuylkill League track and field meet, North Schuylkill's Carly Gregas won the high jump, Marion's Brenna Carnish won the discus competition, and Morgan Boyle, she won the pole vault for Tamaqua. Well, it took 3 overtimes, but Manchester beat the Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins to take a 1-0 lead in that best-of-7 series. Game 2 is tonight at 7 in Manchester. In the International League, Lehigh Valley beat Louisville, Russ Kanzler had the night off, and the Rail Riders beat Gwinnett. Thursday is $1 burger night at Bottlenecks. Get a juicy 4th pound burger for only $1 all night long.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's Talk of the Town report. First tonight, the West Hazleton Baseball Association will be holding a hoagie sale sponsored by Jonathan's Nest on Wednesday, May 13th from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Hoagies are $5 each and they can be delivered at 10 or more are ordered, and walk-ins are welcome. Orders must be placed by Friday, May 9th by calling 570-454-8199. Our next announcement, the 3rd round of kindergarten registration for the Hazleton Area School District will be held at the Hazleton Area Career Center cafeteria on the following dates: Tuesday, May 19th and Wednesday, May 20th. In order to register for kindergarten, children must be 5 years of age on or before September 1st, 2015. All registrations will be done by appointment only. No walk-ins will be permitted. For more information, please visit registration.hasdk12.org or call 570-459-3111 extension 3000. And finally tonight, Luzerne County Community College will be holding an art exhibit featuring the works of students in the Communication Arts program at the college's Schulman Gallery. The exhibit will open Friday, May 15th from 6 to 8:30 p.m. with a free reception open to the public. Featured work will include drawings, paintings, designs, animations, photography, and more. This gallery will be on display through Thursday, July 2nd. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of Margaret Ann Potter, formerly of Hazleton. Mass is Friday at 9:30 a.m. in the Annunciation Parish at St. Gabriel's Church. Arrangements are under the direction of the Turnbach Funeral Home.
I have a bunch of content I'm going to upload to facebook.com/FYI News 13, so keep an eye out for that. A lot of bonus content. Also go there for breaking news and standardspeaker.com. That's it for tonight. Take it easy, everyone.